Why would anyone study green health?
The single most transformational experience that a human being goes through is education.
And I think we are learning that the more we consume doesn't make us happier. It imperils our planet and imperils our spirit.
An individual makes a health choice every day when you get in your car. How many here bought the safest car they could get?
I think we're at a point with the population and resources where arguably you have to do something.
There really is a need for a new literacy in health.
There's a terrific amount of education that has to take place about our food supply.
It's the real decision that we need to be here and having the discussion of, okay, so now we need to create this literacy. Are we going to be able to?
1.7 million children in the county of LA don't live near an open space or a park.
Mrs. Obama says, these children didn't do it to themselves. The reason that we have this obesity crisis is because we haven't created the conditions for people to eat better, be more physically active as part of everyday life.
There's an old saying that if you're hungry, you only have one problem. If you're obese, you have many problems.
If sustainability is going to matter in this country, then people need to see this connection between the health of the environment and their own personal health.
To see it be diminished in any way is disheartening.
What production agriculture is concerned about is the forecast of 9 billion people on this earth by 2050. Now we have a 50% population increase, relatively limited amount of land, almost fixed, relatively limited amount of water, almost fixed. Where are we going to get the doubling of food production?
These systems eventually will crash because our consumption right now, it's not sustainable.
People are dying from unnatural causes, whether that's traffic or pollution or crime.
Health impacts are more consequential and tangential at the moment.
40% of greenhouse gas emissions come from cars and trucks.
Our health is going to come from unexpected areas and unexpected ways.
Reducing vehicle miles traveled by the way our towns are laid out is a critical strategy for restoring the health of the environment and restoring the health of our populations.
Very few people are actually actively doing something about it. The values are there, but the practices aren't. We understand that this is important, but how do we actually put those values to practice? How do we make sense of all of this? If we organize ourselves in the next 10 years, that's our window and our opportunity to respond. So what are you going to do?
Like when people come to me, they're like, oh, are you one of those environmentalists? I'm like, I didn't know I had a choice. I thought we all had to be environmentalists, right? I'm like, everything that we have comes from the environment.
What we really need to focus on is bringing full-service grocery stores, converting corner stores.
I really wanted to change the way people viewed South Los Angeles. We've moved in a green direction. We have green building standards now. We have the first green roof on any city building. The entire building is constructed of recycled materials. We have the very first constructed wetlands in a dense urban core. You can see errands and egrets landing and nesting on the site of a former Department of Water and Power pipe yard.
We think about green health. How is it going to go forward? The good news is that we don't need to navigate that all by ourselves. We're going to see a new cartography of health. Now it's important to talk about ourselves as citizens, and we're connecting with each other based on our biology. So a biocitizen is very different from a healthcare consumer. A healthcare consumer wants choices. A biocitizen demands rights. I think we're going to see more demands for the rights to the conditions that produce good health.